You're going to love this. Trust me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Ball junkies, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Josh. Today I'm bringing you a deck list from my Mechikabura Best of 1 Toolbox deck that I used at 2 online webcam regionals, 1 core TCG one, 1 PPG one. I got videos of a lot of the games that I played with the deck on the channel here, so check those out. But for now, let's get into the deck list and open up some packs. Alright guys, let's get into this deck list. This is Mechikabura, which I took to 2 online webcam regionals. I placed in the top 25% of one of them, but every game that I lost, I saw what I did wrong, and if I hadn't made the mistake, I think I could have done much better. So I think a better player than me could do very well with this deck. But this is for best of 1. It's toolboxy, so it's made different than a best of 3 would be made. So Mechikabura, the leader, of course, when he swings, you get 2 balls from either your life or your deck. You shuffle whichever area you look through, and you add those balls to your hand. Once you have 7 balls, Dragon Balls, in your drop area, you can untap one, draw one, and send one of your opponent's battle cards from their drop area to the warp, which is important for this deck to send a lot of stuff to the warp. And then you awaken. When he's on his awaken side, he gets to draw a card. When he swings, he has activate main. Once per turn, put 1 card in your hand at the bottom of your deck. You can either choose one of your opponent's 4 costs or less, negate its skills, and play it in active mode on your side. Or not play it in active mode, but move it to your side in active mode. And then his pretty much once per game, if you bottom deck a card or remove 7 Dragon Balls from the game, from the drop area from the game, then he gets triple attack, making him able to swing 3 times and draw 3 cards, which is really cool because his draw card is not once per turn. So if he gets triple attack, you get to draw 3 cards. All right, now let's get into the deck. Of course, we have our balls. Yearning for the Dark Dragon Balls. Just the standard ball list. We have 3 yearning for the Dark Dragon Balls. Just this guy. 3 of those. And 4 of the Dark Empire Strikes Back. Basically, the way these work is you activate main, you pitch this from your hand, you get to send a battle card from your opponent's drop to their warp, and then you get to pitch either another Demon Realm or Dark Demon Realm race or Demon God card or another Dragon Ball. So usually you're going to activate main, pitch this one and this one together. Now you got 2 in your drop, which helps you do other things, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So you replace the 2 cards that you just got rid of. You cycle through your deck a lot with these. That's why we run a 56 card deck, because it's almost these cards you're guaranteed to get them one way or the other, and you're guaranteed to be cycling and drawing with them. So we run a 56 card deck. It's almost like we're running a 49 card deck with 7 balls. And then we have our enablers. Salsa Ritual at hand. 4 of those. And Toa Ritual, Demon God Toa Ritual at hand. So the Toa and the Salsa, 4 and 4 of these in the Salsa. And these are our enablers. Once our leader swings and we get 2 balls into our drop area, we can play one of these, any of these guys, for 1 black energy. And when we play them, different things happen. We're warping cards from our opponent's hand. We're warping battlefields, cards off the battle area. When Salsa attacks, he gets to draw a card. But even if you have multiple copies of this, that only happens once. But we're getting draw power of Salsa. Toa's a blocker. And also, when you play them for 1, you pitch 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck to your drop area. So it's possible to awaken very early. If by turn 2 you've attacked twice, that's 4 from your leader. And then you just play one of these guys to get a 5th one. You've drawn so much, maybe you see the 6th one. And yeah, and then there's also ways to get balls out of your hands. Like this one, you can give any card plus 5k, or you can get rid of a 1 cost. Yeah, you can warp one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 1. So there's other ways to get the balls out other than just doing the Toa thing and having these guys pitch them. So, but we have 8 of these. These are our enablers to get a ball. Then we have a Mechikabura Ritual at hand. 2 of these. These I really don't use a lot, but if I'm not seeing my Salsa or my Toas, then it's just an extra way to see Salsa and Toas. Two of these guys, and because you can play him for one and draw a card, so it's a cantrip, and then the next turn you can tap one energy and you can search the top 7 for a Toa or Salsa and play it. So, but when you play them that way, you don't get the effect of pitching the ball, so he's really not that great. Um, but he can help you with warping cards and things like that, getting a blocker out, getting a draw engine out. So we got 2 in there. Also, he's a 1-cost black card, so he works for Power Burst, which I do run. We'll see those shortly. All right, there's all our enablers and all our balls. Now, our super combo package, Demon God Toa, offering of the Dark Dragon Balls, 2 of those. That's a sparking negate. And then I have 2 SS Vegeta, the Prince Strikes Back. The reason I run 2 and 2, originally when I built this, I had 4 of the Toas, and I would play really defensively, try to keep my life above 4. So I wanted the sparking combo, but I realized once I use my ultimate and I get rid of the balls, I often don't have sparking. So this becomes a dead super combo. And then I also realized that it's not a problem if you go down to 4. You can go down to 4. So maybe if I get played and I get pushed down to 4, I use these up early game, and then I have these ones for late game. They let me cycle more, and they can be used at 4 life instead of sparking. So those are our super combos. Now we have our negates package. We got quite a few negates. I play this deck very controlly. I play it very defensive. I want to get to turn 4, 5, 6. If I want to go aggro, I can win turn 3, 4, but usually I'm not. Usually I'm going to play a little slower, and I'm going to get to turn 5-ish. So we got 3 power bursts, and I'll show you all the 1-drops that we can get back with this. It's Sparking Negate Power Burst. Everybody knows what Power Burst does. It's great. We got 4 Poutine. It's Mechikabura's Topo. It's Floodgate. If they attack, they warp 2 cards, so it also helps you get cards into their warp. It costs 2. A lot of things can stop this, but the good thing about Poutine, what did I call this? This is Demon God Poutine, Ritual at Hand. I think I called it the wrong thing, but anyway, good thing about this is you don't have to pitch the card at the bottom of your deck if she doesn't hit the board. So that's good. So we got 4 of her. She's also 15k body. She's also a demon god, so she can be pitched with your Toa balls if you need to. So is he. So are these. If you need to pitch them for the Toa to get her out of your hand, then you can. We have 3 Supreme Kai of Time, the Time Labyrinth Unleashed. This card's amazing. This is Black's new awesome negate. You do need to have 3 cards in your opponent's warp for this to work, but, well, if you want to play it for 1, I think. Yeah, if your opponent or you have 3 or more cards in your warp, reduce the energy cost of this card of your hand by 2. So it makes it a 1 cost. You could still play it for 3 if that condition isn't met, but basically it negates attack. It negates an attack, and then it warps one of your opponent's cards. Not ignoring barrier, but it will warp pretty much anything other than barrier cards off the field, and then at the end of the turn, they get to play it back with its skills negated for the turn. So they won't get on auto plays of it again, and it just kind of, you can stop 2 attacks with this card. It's pretty cool. Then we have Darkness Judgment, still considered a negate. It is a negate. I've only used it ever once as a negate, but it's a 1 cost. It can negate, or it's activate battle. You can give something 5k, and it's your opponent's turn. It has to be your opponent's turn, but you can give something 5k for the turn. So kind of like a Sensu Bean, and you can activate that for free. So that's what we use them for on defense. If they have a wide board, we can pump our leader up so they have to swing higher to get through and do damage. So we have 3 of those. Then our big boys, kind of, even though this one's not very much of a big boy, King Vegeta, A Kingdom Lost. So this is actually not really a big finisher or anything. It's a 19k double strike with barrier, so they usually won't stop it getting out. It does have unique. When it comes out, you get to warp a card from your opponent's hand or one of their battle cards. I mostly go for the hand, get a card out of their hand, and then when he swings and he's in rest mode, if your opponent attacks your leader once per turn, they have to warp a card from their hand. So just a little hand control, but also he's a 19k double striker, so he's good to just get rid of unisons. You swing at the unison for double strike, you can take markers off of and it just applies pressure. A lot of times they're gonna commit a lot of attacks to get rid of this guy, and if you have like, say they have a couple 20k attackers, and you Darkness Judgment this guy one time, and they got to keep comboing cards to kill him, and you know, instead of just warping the one card from their hand, which is probably the better choice. This is our biggest boy, our Dark Dark King Mechikabura Power Restored. This guy is a monster. This is an 8 cost. Oh, this is an 8 cost that we're going to be playing for 4 black energy. If your leader card is Mechikabura, you can play this for 4. He is a 30k double strike. When he comes out, he warps everything on your opponent's field, not ignoring barrier. Again, we don't really have anything that ignores barrier to steal stuff, but we do steal a lot of cards. You warp everything on your opponent's field, and then you get to play back 2 7 or less cost cards with different names from their warp. So you play with their skills negated. So you just pick the 2 with the highest power, play them to your side of the field. Now you got a 30k double striker and 2 other big single strike bodies on your board. So he's one of our finishers. Turn 4, we're usually playing him. This is another finisher, 2 Ginyu the Body Snatcher. So basically this is a free 20k double striker. The way we play it for free is we remove a card that we stole with a battle card skills. So we can steal cards with this, and then we can evolve this on top of it. Does it have to be? No. Just has to be one of your card skills. So if our leader steals cards, we can swing with the card we stole, and then we can play this guy out for free in place of it. So that's a 20k surprise double striker for free. Our leader steals cards. This Mechikabura steals cards. We got some other cards that steal stuff that you'll see shortly. But those are usually our finishers. This is just like a tech card. It helps a lot. We have 2 of the Toa Unison. You almost don't need a Unison in this deck, but this one is great. When you get this one out, it adds a lot of advantage because you're able to warp cards with it. She gets markers when stuff gets warped. You're doing a lot of board removal, so she's going to get a lot of markers quick. She can steal cards, which works with the Ginyu, the Body Snatcher. It's just great. It helps you really control the board, and she's a 20k attacker, but she has to have more than 2 markers to attack. But that's easy to get. You're going to have those, and fairly quickly with all the removal you're using. All right, now we have what makes this our toolbox deck. This is a lot of 2-ofs, techie cards for best of 1. I wanted to be ready for any situation, so I've got 2 Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan. We all know what this does. If they play a card using non-keyword skill, then they have to warp 2 cards from their hands. So this helps with board control. It helps them from, if they're playing a lot of stuff with skills, it helps us get rid of that. Also a 1 cost black card for Power Burst. Another same situation, 1 cost black card for Power Burst, Koitsukai. We got 2 of those. If we pay 1 and remove this in our drop area from the game, then we get to draw some cards and stuff. But more importantly, if our opponent plays a card with 20k power or less this turn, then they have to warp 2 cards from their hand. Yep. So similar to the Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan, but this thing will stop topos, charismatic freezes, any counterplays or negates the poutines, heroic prospect trunks, any like floodgate negate battle cards. This will make them pay for it. Any counterplays where it plays a battle card, this will make them pay for it. Then we have Mechikabura, the Broken Seal in our toolbox. 2 of those. This is a demon god, so it works with the Toa. And it also helps us get Dragon Balls in our hand if we need them. We play him for 2. He has deflect. He's going to hit the board. He gets us a Dragon Ball if we need it. But then, more importantly, he gets to choose a name and energy cost, a character name and an energy cost. And that card can't be played until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you're looking at their energy, you're looking at the cards in their drop area, you know your archetypes, you know what they're playing. You drop this guy, and then you say, say it's a Dark Brawly deck. You drop this guy, you say 6 cost Dark Brawly, or 6, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm not looking at the Dark Brawly cards. 6 cost Brawly. Use this. They can't play that card in the next turn. So this can really you know, say you're worried they're gonna play a Cell Xeno secret rare on you. You could stop it from coming out with this. You just call what is it, 12 cost Cell Xeno. So he stops a lot. He's great. Works great in this deck also. And then one more Techie Toolbox card, Petrification. Since I got milled out twice by Frieza, full power 100% overdrive or whatever, I almost want to bump this up to 2. But this card's great. This card shuts down a lot of boss monsters. It keeps them from destroying you. So I got 1 in here just in case. And then we have one of boss monster type finishers in our secret rare. So we've got 1 5-cost Shinron the Wish Granter. Basically, play this for 5. If your opponent can't do anything about it hitting the board and you have Sparking 7, you get to draw 2 cards, and then you get to choose a lot of options of stuff. You can either untap 4 energy, so then it's basically a draw 2 for 1 energy, or you can play a battle card. I never use that one, but the one I do use, you can give your leader a battle card triple strike and 15k. So if your leader has not used its ultimate yet, you'll have 7 Dragon Balls in the drop, so you're going to have Sparking 7. You play this, you draw 2 cards, you give your leader triple strike and 15k. Now you have a triple strike, 15k leader, then you use your leader's ability, you remove the 7 Dragon Balls. Now you have a triple strike, triple attack, 30k, draw 1 card every time leader. So you're going to plus 5, you plus 2 off this, you're going to plus 3 off this, and you're just going to be able to swing with these huge attacks. I mean, you want to make sure that that you use this when towards the end of the game, when you know it's safe, when you know they're not going to have a floodgate to stop your leader from attacking or anything like that. If you play this when you know it's safe, you're going to win the game. Then we have another finisher, just a one-of. Comes in clutch. If your opponent has 4, if your opponent has 3 or more cards in your warp, you can play this card from your hand for 4. It's a 6 cost. You can play it for 4. It's deflect. It won't get hit. You play it for 4 when they have 3 cards in their warp, and then you swing for a triple strike. It's a triple strike, 25k. And then when you swing with him, you warp 2 cards. This card sends up to 2 battle cards from your opponent's drop to their warp. And then if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their warp, you switch this to active mode. So he can be a dual strike, 25k, a dual attack, 25k, triple strike, and also if your opponent counters an attack from him, they have to crit a life, I believe. Yeah, they send 1 card in their life to their warp if they use a counter against this. So they either got a combo out of a triple strike, 25k twice, or if they use 2 counters, they're going to lose 2 life. This card, you know, if you can get the enough cards in the warp, it's a good. It can really come in clutch. Then of course, one of SS4 Bardock Fighting Against Fate, 25k dual attack, overwhelm 6. Make sure you don't do this before you use your leader's thing. So use your leader's thing, get rid of your boss, and then if you have 6 to overwhelm, you can go ahead and overwhelm this guy out, get a surprise dual attack 25k. And then last but not least, our secret rare Heroine's Lineage. Of course, it's budget. It works with what we're doing. We're stealing cards. We're controlling their board. We're playing their stuff onto our field. This does the same thing. Anything 7 or less, not ignoring barrier. Anything 7 or less, activate battle, pay 1. You can steal that card. So you wait till they shotgun on a big attack into the, you know, they got UI sign, Son Goku, triple strike, 30k that you can't counter or block or whatever. And you say no negates, but you have 1 energy up. They combo everything, and they're like, oh, 60k, triple strike. You're dead, buddy. You have 3 life. You say, tap 1 energy. Give me that card. You just wasted all your cards. Your attack didn't go through, and I got your card now. And it doesn't have its skills negated, so I can triple strike with it. And then I can play this and double strike 20k. It's crazy. But that's the deck, guys. All right, guys, that's the deck list. I got some prize packs that I won from my my last online webcam regionals. These ones, we know what's in them. It's the Zamasu, the red-green Brawly, the Shinron the Wish Granter, the yellow Bardock, and the blue Goku Black. So we're not going to open these. We know what's in these. We've opened them in another video. It's a King Cold deck list and prize pack opening video. You can check that out from another webcam regional we did. But we will open these event pack 8s real quick. while I do that, I'm going to say make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Subscribe to the channel and come back soon. I got all kinds of videos up. First pack, not even a scratch. That's not even a good card. Alright, then pack number 2, we're hoping for a heroic prospect trunks. I need one more of those, or anything valuable that I can sell. And the second one is, boom, dormant potential unleashed. That's like a $30 card, and I already have a play set. Actually, I think I only own 3. I'm not sure. But anyway, I don't think I need 4. I think 3 is good, especially decks aren't playing it as much, so I'm probably going to sell this and make my money back for this tournament. Yeah, baby, that's a good one. That's a hit. All right, one last one. Also, guys, check out my Twitch channel. It'll be down below. www.twitch.tv/DragonBallJunkie. And you will be able to see me playing Dragon Ball games and card games live, all the good stuff. Follow my Twitch channel. Here's the last card. Boom! Another Feminine Wilds launch. Launch Feminine Wilds. That's 3 of these babies. This was an expensive card too. I had one and I sold it. Now I would have a playset, but I sold the ones that I had. But we got 3 of these. We got 1 in every prize pack. So looks like I'll be selling 3 Launch Feminine Wilds. But that's it for the video, guys. We opened some cards. We went over the deck list. Hope you come back soon. It's your boy Josh, the Dragon Ball Junkie. We out. Peace.